is Wawa and I am back with a patch notes video, and this is the first for 2013. Patch 1.13 is finally live and it features a ton of character balance fixes, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are already raging about, complaining about. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's always like that. You can't really make everyone happy. But here we go, Ronimo finally made some changes. Hopefully they are the right one. And let's look at them right now. First off, let's look at the new features. We do have Creeper Clunk. Creeper Clunk is the new skin of Clunk, available not for purchase. You need to hunt one yourself. So basically what they want you to do is find someone in the end game that is wearing the creeper skin and kill them, and that's how you acquire the skin, which is pretty cool. So initially only developers are the ones who have them, but now it's slowly spreading, and every time you kill them you get the chance to get the skin, which is always good. And that's pretty much how you get the Creeper Clunk skin. I don't really mind it. I haven't really seen it yet. I haven't really been playing the regular start game recently, and I'm actually excited to try it out and try to hunt one for myself. That's why I'm gonna use maybe Coco or Raelynn for my hunting season. Oh, I think Raelynn's a much better fit, right? Like, because she's a sniper and whatnot. Anyways, moving on, we have some changes here as well. Matches will now start with full teams much more often. The host of a game now waits for 6 players to be ready before starting the match. It waits a maximum of 2 minutes and then always starts. The time the host spends in the character select and loadout select menus is deducted from the waiting time, so the maximum waiting time is the same as before. So this is actually, right now in my opinion, without knowing anything at all or without experiencing it so far, it's a pretty good thing. That means that your lobby is most likely gonna be full whenever you enter the game. Even though it's a longer wait, like a 2-minute wait all time every game, I don't really mind it, because that's pretty much how it's actually longer when you're waiting for a matchup in Dota 2, because Dota 2 is still a closed beta. There's still like 250 people concurrent online, so but it gets hard for them to find new matches, especially with their matchmaking system. I think it's a little bit more complicated, but then again, Ronimo has their own system of matchmaking, and I guess this is gonna make things a little bit easier for the system to find new matches. I'm not sure how accurate it will be. Maybe it's gonna find you some League Niners at first and such, but I guess it's good, you know. It's a step forward to the right direction, and we'll see how it goes. If people like it, if people hate it, it kind of kills out the get in, play and get out promotions that they did before. But then again, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. 2 minutes. I don't think you're gonna die in 2 minutes, or it's gonna kill you to wait 2 minutes. Anyways, moving on to the balance and fixes changes. First off, we have Froggy G, Whirlwind Boombox upgrade damage increase from 2 to 4. So this is it's a buff. Obviously it's a buff, but it's a buff that kinda, I guess, counters the last hit or the end damage for the upgrade for the tornado, because that's pretty much, from my observation, is one of the most popular ones. But then again, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if they double stack. Then again, people do like the reflect and the reduced damage. So I don't know. I don't really play Froggy, but to whoever Froggy G's out there, are you gonna be choosing this boombox upgrade more now that it's a little bit stronger, or are you still gonna stick with the end damage, the reflect, and the reduced damage loadout? Moving on to Leon, we have the tongue snatch. It has been nerfed, so basically tongue snatch base range increased from 6.6 to 6.6. So it looks like so far right now is a buff. But look at the second one, tongue tongue stretch now increases range by 2.4 instead of 4. So basically it gets reduced. I think it's reduced by 1 range, if I'm correctly. Like 1 range distance was taken out from the tongue, which I guess it's alright. Like the Leon's tongue definitely can reach so far away, and I guess it's about time, and we'll see how it goes, because Leon is already pretty good by himself, and I guess this nerf won't hurt him that much, especially with the amazingness of tongue snatch. So it's still pretty useful, definitely still pretty useful, but we'll see how it goes. Next we go to Gnaw. Gnaw's Wheedling have been buffed, have been nerfed. I haven't really seen it that much, but let's go on. Wheedling's creation cooldown increased from 0.5 to 1. So that's a 1-second cooldown every time you spit a Wheedling. So it's gonna take a little bit longer. And Wheedling's reduced base health from 80 to 50 hit points. So that's actually a huge nerf right there. That's a pretty huge nerf. Surprising nerf. But then again, I guess it is needed because the weedlings do take some help from those from the health upgrades that Nog gets as well. Weedlings increase base attack speed by 20%. That's a buff. That is a buff right there. That's pretty good. Weedlings improve bullet speed from 4 to 6 and improve homing. That's a pretty good buff also. So these two so far are buffs, even though right now it's kinda, they made them a little bit softer, but then again, damage wise they're looking pretty good. Let's look at the last one. Weedlings improve wild growth plus 60 to plus 150 health per minute regen. So that's pretty solid. What do I have to say? Like, that's much better than level 1 Medican, and might see some uses right now. Like, I kind of like that. I might equip that soon, because instead of using, what's my loadout right now for weedlings? I have the +1, the plus damage. I have the +1 bullet, and I think I have bag of seeds. I don't know why I have bag of seeds. Do I have bag of seeds? No, I have. Yeah, I have bag of seeds. So most likely I am gonna equip wild growth, because bag of seeds right now isn't really as useful as it was before. Moving on to spit. Spit will no longer fly through enemies. Will instead drop to the ground upon contact. I actually don't know what this means. I guess. I guess whenever you spit, it's just gonna pierce its way towards the enemies. But it's been like that. It's been like that since the patch change. I don't know. Have you guys seen anything different? If you guys have, please do post them down below in the comments. And I'm kind of interested. I'm actually gonna find out later as well what that does. Base health reduced from 135 to 125. Ooh, those 10 health reductions by Ronimo. We're slowly implementing them, even though it doesn't seem as much. It's still there. Like, it's still a reduction. Then again, it's No, so it might be okay, because No does have a good lifesteal build available for him, so it might be fine. Base speed reduced from 8 to 7.2. Oh, that hurts right there. So it's gonna make it a little bit harder for you to double stack your health. So you're gonna be forced, not really forced, but it's like your opinion or your thinking will sway a little bit more to the boots, just in case like you really need to just get out there and like spit, get out, weedlings get out, weedlings get out. You do need the boots now. Also, there's actually one major reason why double stacking is not ideal anymore, and you're gonna find out in 1 second. So next up we have Skolldir, Mighty Throw, Oily Bronze, speed up effect reduced from 100% to 75%. I like this nerf actually, because Skolldir right now, as widely known, is pretty strong. He's a pretty solid character. He's pretty solid with teammates, and whenever you have Oily Bronze, it's a solid Skolldir is really solid. I have to say, it's really annoying, but like, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, personally, Skolldir could use more nerf. That's just my opinion, though. A lot of people have their opinions and such, but Oily Bronze did need this nerf, and maybe something else, you know. But we'll see though. We'll see how this thing affects everything else, especially with the change. Oh my God, Skolldir is gonna be so ONH in the early game, from what it looks like, I think. Then Clunk, we do have Vacuum Bite, reduce Screamer engine duration from 1 second to 0.7 seconds. That is actually a pretty good nerf in my opinion. The snare is too long, and like with the snare, especially if it's a good Clunk, like he's gonna snare you, he's gonna explode, and there's like extra seconds for your teammates or for his teammates to damage you. So it's pretty crazy. He just allows you to do more damage on you, stack him up. So this 0.3 second reduction is not that bad at all. So it's gonna maximize to 1.4 seconds with 2 stages upgraded. And I have to say, yeah, I really welcome that, especially because I'm not a Clunk player. So some Clunk players are gonna be mad about that. Then we'd have changes for Explode. Universal Charger now reduces charging time by 0.7 seconds instead of 0.9. So this is when before your nuke explodes, I believe, or before you self-destruct yourself. Excuse me. So it's gonna be much faster now. So that's somewhat of a buff. So it's gonna be a little bit harder for you if you're not a Clunk player to avoid that. So you're just gonna be willing to take the hits right there. And also if you're a Clunk player, you just need to run by your opponent and you're just gonna explode almost instantly, because 0.7 seconds isn't really that much. Then we have explode, thermonuclear cleaner, price increase from 210 to 240. I believe this is the damage. Yeah, I believe this is the damage increase. I'm not sure why they did increase the price, but then again, he's in the end game, he does 100 damage per explosion, so I guess it's kind of reasonable, and it's plus 20 damage as well, so it's pretty good. Moving on to Coco with the Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning blaze particles left by Heavenly Fire upgrade have 50% duration compared to regular blaze particles. So this is, I'm assuming, reduction. Yeah, 50% less duration compared to the regular blaze particles, so that's actually pretty good. I'm not sure if you upgrade the one of the upgrades for blaze, which is the plus 1 second every time. Yeah, plus 1 second. Then there's two stages of that. I'm not sure if that's gonna affect Coco with the duration of those relays, but it might affect that, and I might equip that soon. Right now my blaze build is the movement speed, the blaze damage, and the 20% slow. And I feel that it's a pretty good loadout, but maybe soon I'm gonna change it up. I'm actually trying out blaze build as well. I'm gonna try to upload a video about that in the future, because I didn't really play blaze Coco or Heavenly Fire Coco before until now, like until recently, where it's being considered as one of the most OP things ever right now. So we'll see. And moving on, Ball Lightning Thunder Striker upgrade now also induces a mini stun, making the knockback not interruptible. This is also one of the reasons why I'm gonna try for a blaze build, because this Ball Lightning, the mini stun isn't really, it doesn't look like it's there. Like I've tried it, it doesn't feel like it's there, and what it does is it just allows you to fully knock back your opponent. And knockback is actually pretty solid now. Like it feels like the knockback is like a throw from Skolldir. But then again, it depends on if you're knocking back a heavy or a medium or small enemy. But yeah, it feels like that. Like if you're knocking back Leon, he's gonna be knocked back very far away, which is pretty cool. Or knock forward if you know how to place your lightning ball. So yeah, this is actually a good upgrade. I might consider using this in the future with blaze, cooldown, and yeah, the knockback. And I'll see how it goes. Lonestar, we do have homing missiles, improve homing and movement speed from 3.5 to 4.5. This is actually pretty good. That's actually a pretty solid thing. I'm happy that Raelynn did change that. And also, homing missile cost reduced from 275 to 225. So that's actually another good thing with Lonestar and the changes for homing missiles, which I am pretty happy about. I might use this even more, because 225 is not that much and 275 was a lot. But then again, the missiles does allow you to do 15 damage. Not always, not every second, but it's 15 damage, and the moving speed now is faster, so there's more chance that your missiles are gonna hit the opponent. So maybe like pistol Lonestar builds are more viable now than before. Derpl, we do have nuke movement, improved speed from 2.5 to 3, so that's actually wildly acceptable as well. Derpl could use more buff in my opinion, but then again, I don't know. I don't know how to play Derpl right now. A lot of people are still pretty good with Derpl, like Cat Sniper and such. But this nuke improvement is pretty much much welcomed by everyone. I guess like everyone who's trying to play Coco or Derpl, and maybe those people who are playing like random Neganauts. If you guys don't know what random Neganauts are, they're pretty fun. Anyways, moving on to Raelynn. Look at that, a laundry list of changes. Oh. Moving on, like Proto Blaster, fix the after HE bomb. The extra damage would often apply to several bullets instead of just one. So they pretty much fixed the bug where you maximize your attack speed with cuddles and the HE bomb stacked together. Like it's gonna make you do 22 damage or 16 damage for more than one shot. So they fixed that, they completely got rid of that. But still, I know how to double DD. It's a different way to do it now, and it's a little bit harder to do it now, but I'm not gonna tell you guys because I don't want everyone to be like mad at me for saying that wow, I was spreading like glitches again. No, I didn't spread a glitch. It's just I want to say that I found I found out how to do it, and I will post it on Ronimo's forums very soon and show them how I do it. But then again, it actually, like, the fix that they did right now is kind of glitchy, because right now, as of this moment of recording, like, how do you say, because the Proto Blaster damage did get removed, like the base damage. Look at this, Proto Blaster base damage reduced to 7, extra stage added to Skull Bracelet. So instead of doing 8, you do 7 now, which is not really a lot, but then again, it still hurts. And whenever you do the HC bomb double damage, it still produces 16 damage by default. So it's still putting out the double 8 damage instead of the double 7. It should be 14, but right now it's still coming out as 16. Or if you have the plus 3 damage upgrade with receding hairline, you do 22 damage, so instead of doing 20. So it's a questionable thing. Like, I don't know how they fixed it. It's kind of weird, but right now it's a fix. As long as people are not abusing it anymore, it's a welcome fix in my opinion. Also, it actually punishes you if you try, because if you try glitching it, the double damage is just gonna disappear and just fly away. But yeah, try it out, guys. If you guys can see how to do the glitch again, the double DD, not the glitch, just a double DD. In my opinion, double DD is not a glitch. It's just something weird that we discovered. Anyways, moving on, Proto Blaster Skull Bracelet price reduced from 155 to 135. That's a pretty good change actually, because +1 damage for 155, it's kind of expensive. So maybe people will get Skull Bracelet a little bit more. That's gonna allow you to do, how do you say that? I think it gives you 3 stages, right? Yeah, I think there's 3 stages in Skull Bracelet. So it's gonna allow you to do 10 damage plus 11, 13, 26. So it's gonna allow you to do 26 damage with the HC bomb, which is pretty good, you know, pretty good. Plus 30 if you have the Awesomenauts, or plus 2 damage to Awesomenauts. So yeah, it's still pretty much all there. The damage is still pretty there. They're just spread out and moved all over the place. Proto Blaster Jodal price increased from 175 to 175. I guess, even though it hurts me to say this, I guess it's a welcome change. 175 might be too high. Maybe 155 is a good price. Maybe 160, 175 might be too high in my opinion though, because it is too cheap for the attack speed increase. But 175 might be too much. Still, it's gonna be a little bit harder nowadays, because that one major change that I'm holding on, because it's gonna be at the end of the list and waiting for you to put it for a chance to tell you guys. I'm holding it on. That thing is gonna affect Raelynn the most, because she already has like one of the hardest times to deal with, especially in the early game. She's pretty strong late game, but early game she's gonna have a lot harder time, especially against Vinnie, I guess. Anyways, moving on, we have Time Rift movement speed during flight reduced from 10 to 7.5. So I guess this is the movement speed of the Time Rift bomb on getting to its location. So it's a bit slower now, which is good. Like, you know, the instant drop is kind of weird, but now it should look a little bit better. Time Rift base duration reduced from 5 to 4. That is a big nerf right there. Big nerf on Time Rift. A lot of people are not happy about that, but then again, it does need to happen. Time Rift kind of feels like it's a little bit kind of powerful, too powerful, but not that powerful. But we'll see though, we'll see. I'm pretty sure people are still gonna use it, and people won't really be hurting for it that much. Time Rift 1.21 gigabyte battery duration bonus reduced from 5 to 4 seconds. So 1 more second reduction. So that's already like a lot of reduction damage. Or yeah. It's really surprising actually, but then again, it's needed to happen. It needs to happen. Raelynn needed to get those Time Rift nerfs, and this is how Ronimo is putting it in. Then moving on to the last one, Time Rift cooldown increased from 7 to 9. Oh my god, so much nerfs on Raelynn. People, Time Rift builds are on par now, I guess, with, well, it's still better than snipe builds. It might be on par with Cuddle's builds. Maybe Cuddle builds are stronger. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I still need to try everything out, and then I guess I'll give you guys a patch notes update video on what I feel on how everything is going. Anyways, moving on to the newest character, Vinnie and Spike. So let's move on to the shark, or to shot. Sharky and Remora upgrade now also improves the range of Goldfish. This is basically the range upgrade for Sharky and Remora for Vinnie Spike's bubble gun. So it now affects the Goldfish. I wasn't really aware that it doesn't affect the Godfish. Godfish is the +2 damage whenever there's like enemy knots having more than 150 solar with them. So that's actually gonna get affected now with Sharky and Remora. Pretty good. Shot now it is now possible to start a spike dive or smoke screen while shooting. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing because there was a huge delay whenever you're firing your machine gun to not allow you to spike dive. But then again, it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to defend or avoid it. But right now it's already hard for you to avoid spike dive in general, so I don't really mind this change. Then we do have dive. The spike graphic has been adjusted to better match the damage range of the spike. That's good, you know, some graphics changes and such. Dive, unlock of rigged casino games now shows the crack icon, I guess some minor changes right there. Smoke screen, mammoth sock with holes upgrade. Stage 2 now adds 2 seconds of invincibility instead of 4. That is pretty good. That is a pretty good change, because before, like, you were invisible for too long, which is not good, because that's gonna, in a team play, that's gonna allow you to cook up some plans that's kinda too unfair. Not really unfair, but it's make things a little bit harder for you to avoid those like instant burst damage, especially if you're playing against a Vinnie, Froggy, and a Clunk. Like, just imagine a Clunk with a snare bite, and then Froggy with a splash dust full stun, and then also Vinnie with a spike dive max upgrade, and then Clunk with a self-destruct. Like, all of you guys are just gonna die instantly without even knowing it, without even getting a chance to do anything, because you guys are stunned or blinded, or they were invisible. You didn't even see it coming. So yeah, it's a good change. It's a good change, in my opinion at least. Smoke screen, Coco will no longer stay invisible while holding down the attack button. That's pretty good as well, something minor. We just camera vertical, dead zone size. So I'm assuming this is the one where there's a little bit of delay whenever you jump and see the things above you. Like, there's a delay. I guess they removed that, and I guess Vinnie and Spike, it's only for Vinnie and Spike right now, so I guess it's good because he does fly and he's only a fly. Maybe did they improve that, or does Yuri have that problem, by the way, guys? Yuri users who are Yuri out there, please do tell me if you guys do experience that lag whenever you jump on the high ground, or whenever you go to the high ground and such, and then there's a delay of seeing what's on the high ground. Anyways, moving on to Voltar heal. The height of the droids have been increased slightly so that controller players can now normally hit them with the heal beam. So this is just another minor change for those people who use controllers. It might be something so big for controller players, but it's nothing really major for the rest of us. Anyways, general changes. Silence now works consistently on all characters. Skills are locked during silence, while main attacks and jumps still work. Very good thing that Geronimo finally cleared out what silence does, which is definitely, this is the one that silence needs to do. It's not constrict them of like attacking manually. Like, just silence them. No, don't let them use skills or whatever. You can even silence Raelynn and her running. Like, don't let her do the running boost speed, which is pretty much fine by me, but just don't limit them with not attacking manually with their auto attack, and not jumping. Anyways, moving on. Remove limitation of multi-jumpers for Lonestar, Vinnie and Spike, etc., where they couldn't jump in air when reaching a certain falling speed. This is also pretty good. I actually do like this change, but it's, for me as a Coco player, I do have kind of like a strategy where I wait for those people who are jumping, wait for them to land at on the ground again, or wait for them to be on their falling animation, and then fire my LB. That's pretty much what I wait for. So it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to aim at those Lonestars, because Lonestars do have so much jumping abilities that it's really hard to target them and focus on them. But I guess even though this thing makes it a little bit harder, I don't really mind it. I don't mind it at all. Moving on, we do have improved flying droids, base health from 75 to 100, shot aiming speed and range. Shot homing speed and range, excuse me. So yeah, a little bit of buff right there for flying droids. This is mainly for station AI. Updated loading screen to improve Coco and Raelynn's representation. because a lot of people were joking about Raelynn being a bald-headed person who was just wearing a wig. I'm not sure what Coco's problem was, but it's a good change, I guess. It's something minor. Reduced turret dead zones in Ribbit 4 and AI Station 404. So this is pretty much the change that needed to happen, where people were abusing the fact that they can outrange the turrets. So finally, Ronimo did some moves and finally changed that, and now it is fixed. Hopefully, hopefully it is. Power Pills Turbo. Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. This is the major change right here. These two right here, such a big change. And here we go. Power Pills Turbo. Price increase from 135 to 175. That's Pills Turbo. There's 3 stages of that. So maxing out your Power Pills for 90 health is gonna cost you about 500 solar. That is a lot of solar, guys. That is a lot of solar. It's crazy. Is that 500? Am I doing my math right? Yeah, about 500. Yeah, about 500. Yeah, now that I think about it. It's more than 500 actually. 525, excuse me. So yeah, that's actually pretty crazy that they would do that. Right? Right? For me, it's kind of crazy, especially because I play a lot of soft, really soft characters like Coco and Raelynn. And it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to buy this, especially with the changes in the attack speed loadout for Raelynn. So like your loadouts or your build orders are now completely changed. Definitely gonna be completely changed. What's even worse is that the second one, Power Pills Light, price reduced or price increased from 110 to 160. That is a 50 solar increase right there for Power Pills Light. That is a lot. This is, I'm pretty sure this is their way of countering those people who double stack health. It kind of makes those people who double stack health feel like, that's too expensive. I'll just rather get some boots or the Medican. That's pretty much what they want to happen. I don't know though, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I want to hear your thoughts. I really do. I'm really open to hearing what everyone has to say. Anyways, major fixes. These are just some minor fixes right here. Let's see if there's anything. If there's anything important here. Theory interface. Nah. Well, fix this interface where sometimes not update correctly when switching controls during gameplay. That's nothing. Move some glass platforms on Ribbit 4 to fix that players who kept touching them after a down jump could not jump again. I'm not sure which platforms they're talking about, but I'm actually interested in seeing what it is. We'll see though, we'll see. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, nothing else really major for major fixes and minor fixes. If you guys do have anything that you want to say here, please do post them down below in the comment section. That is the Patchnotes 1.13. Let's see how long it's gonna last before we see patch 1.13a, patch 1.13.1, the hotfix of patch 1.13. Anyways, I want to hear your thoughts on the new changes, on the creeper skin, and on the matchmaking solution that Ronimo has implemented. Hope you guys like this video, and hope to see you guys soon. Peace out. I'm out.